What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. I really do. It is Wednesday. What's up, Angel? How are you doing, my guy? JC Forrest in the building. What's up, man? Hey, JC, make sure you go on to the community tab and make sure you add me as a friend if you already haven't in the messenger for YouTube. That's a new feature. I want as many people to add me as a direct messenger on YouTube. YouTube does have messages now, so make sure you go on there. It's on my community tab where you can press the button. I put the link there and then add me as a friend, and that way we'll be able to communicate directly. And we have a mod chat group, so I want to make sure all mods are a part of that as well. So if you're a mod, make sure you check that out. Already 20 in the room, only 5 likes. Well, I tell you, man, we'll learn one day. Hit that like button, y'all. Man, TD is back. I am back from a 4.5-day hiatus. Yes, I did say 4.5-day hiatus. Just give you a little backdrop on that. Guys, my parents came into town, so we've been spending a lot of time with them. Been driving over to my sister's house a lot, which is over an hour away, doing things with our family. So that's been pretty cool. Was going to go live 2 days ago, but I was going to wait to the end of the show, but I'll go ahead and start it out now. I was a little down for the last 2 days. I'll be 100 with y'all. Keep it all the way 100. I was really down. Not in the greatest of spirits, not in the greatest of moods, just really sad. I'm not going to use the word depressed because I want to make sure that word does not near my life whatsoever. Basically, I lost a second friend of mine I lost this year due to suicide. Someone I knew when I lived back in Dallas. This is the second friend within a 4-month period, if I'm not mistaken, of suicide. Lost them, and it really has kind of taken a toll, not in a negative way for me, but just inside my spirit, my aura. Even right now, I feel a little, I don't even know the feeling, like butterflyish. It's a tough thing, man. And what I wanted to do before I start today's show of TD Fans Talk, I want to say to you, no matter what is going on in your life, no matter how hard things get, no matter how depressing things may get, whether it's financial, whether it's relationship based, I don't care what it is. I feel like I have a duty and responsibility at this point in my life to make sure that I am an ear. I am an ear for every single one of you all. You all know how to get in contact with me, tdfanstalk at yahoo.com. You know how to get in contact with me on Twitter at tdfanstalk. You know how to get in contact with me on Instagram, tdfanstalk. And thank God that YouTube now has a messaging platform. So go check me out. Go check me out on the my community tab. The link is there where you can add me as a friend from YouTube, and we can direct message. And I'm going to start some groups as well. I already have the mod squad. That's for all the mods of this channel. Make sure you go over there, click on that, and join the group. But even if you're not a mod, you can join me as a friend on my instant messenger on YouTube. I have that social responsibility for everybody on this channel. No matter what you're going through in your life, I am an ear. I am an ear. Okay? And you can talk to me. I don't care what it is. You know, I was even talking to some friends last night. I don't care if you violated a 10-year-old. This is judgment free. And I know that's excessive for me to say something like that, but I'm only being that excessive to show you I don't care what it is. You can always talk to me, man. You can always come to me and talk to me. And sometimes you just need someone to talk to. So if anyone on this channel ever is going through anything or having those type of moments, I'm here, man. I'll never shy away. I'll never push away. I'm very transparent and I'm upfront. If something's going on in my life, I'll let you know. But I just want to make sure you all have an outlet, because losing 2 friends this year, very close friends, for people in the crazy thing, people you would have never even thought would ever even make a decision like that. It's real. It's real. Depression, everything going on in this world is real. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna get myself together because I already feel myself getting a little. I'm gonna leave it at that. But guys, I love every single one of y'all. I hope you're having a blessed day, and if you're not, you will. I just want to uplift positivity and just happiness and all around me, all around you guys. And I'm just trying to get out of that funk. That's why I'm happy even right now. In about 2 hours, I'm gonna be going with my family. We're gonna go see the Lion King with the kids. But in the meantime, I'm glad that I can come to you all, be able to have a great show today. And let's do what we do best, guys. And welcome to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I love you all. I love you all. I love you all. Y'all hit that like button. We got 30 in the room, only 18 likes. 12 of y'all can't be Matt Burke lovers. I refuse to believe that. Y'all hit that like button, baby. Hit that like button. But anyway, we're going to dive right in, guys. We're going to dive right into the show. First and foremost, big shout out to our boy, Jason Taylor, who has gotten a position with the Miami Dolphins as a broadcaster. That's big time, especially having someone who knows the game, having someone who's been there, done that, and he is an honored member of our elite best franchise of all time. I mean, best organization of all time, the Miami Dolphins. So shout out to Jason Taylor. Big ups to him. I'm happy to see him doing things, especially with the organization. Before I get into all the other news, let me go ahead and read some of y'all chats real quick, and then we'll get started. I see all the mods here. Y'all make sure y'all join the group, the mod squad. I thought training camp started today. Training camp starts tomorrow. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but the 25th is tomorrow. Training camp starts tomorrow. That's why this is the introductory. If you saw the title of the vehicle, if you saw the title of the video, you would see it says, "This is the start, y'all." TD truly believes, I don't care about the haters. I don't care about the Mayweather fans that love us for a second, then they hate us. No, TD believes that this is the start of a dynasty. Tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, 9:40 a.m. or 10:20, one of the two. Tomorrow is the start of a dynasty. Dynasty, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. This is the start, man. And we were alive. We're here to witness it. God willing. All right, 9:40 a.m., baby. Okay, I got you. This is the start, man. This is it right here, man. I'm excited, man. We're going to get this done. We're going to be winners consistently, okay? Are you live tomorrow? I'm going to try my very best. I should be, though. It shouldn't be any reason why I'm not. My parents will be leaving out from my end of town at around 2 o'clock tomorrow, and they'll be headed back over to my sister's side of town. They took a 10-day vacation. They were with her. Now they came here for 4 days. Now they're going back tomorrow, back on her end. So, and then I'll be hopefully, God willing, I'll be in South Florida next week. Checking out some of the training camp. And then me and my family and all the boys were taking a trip to the Key West, the Keys, to do some fishing and stuff. So that'll be pretty good to start out the season. And of course, I'm gonna do my best to try to blog that for you all. You all get to see that. Should be awesome. But yes, man, I'm kind of mad though. I wish I would have made the trip this weekend, because if you're not aware, this weekend, Saturday, the Miami Dolphins have a scrimmage. Is it this Saturday? Yes, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's this Saturday. They already have a scrimmage. They have a scrimmage, and it's open to the public. First 2,000 people. It's free. They're going to have different attractions out there for kids. The kids under 12-year-olds will be able to get free autographs and all of that type of stuff. It'll be pretty cool, man. So they'll be having a scrimmage. I believe it's actually at the stadium, by the way. So we'll see. I'll give y'all more details on that later. That'll be pretty cool. But let me see. I think it's next week. Yeah, then it might be next week. If it's next week, then I actually might be there. I hope it's next week. I have to go back and check it out again. I hope it's next week. If it's next week, oh my gosh, man. I would actually be. Wow, y'all right. I don't know why I'm thinking that this weekend is starts August when the ones. I might be able to take my sons, maybe the older ones. The babies, they're just so young. So I might be able to take the older ones. We'll see, man. I'll let y'all know. I'll keep y'all posted on that, because I should be in South Florida, and we're headed down to the Keys for a little trip. It is TD. I agree. We here, baby. Woo, let's go, Rip. D Wade 561. What's up, man? Not this year, bro. Don't get your hopes up. Listen, man, I can get whatever I want up. D-Wade 561 is this year. It's this year, baby. I live in Key West. That's what's up, man. Do you do any fishing? Let me know. Pick me up, TD. Hey, we're going to be full, man. We're going to have like 8, 9 people going, man. We're going to be pretty full. We already probably got to drive two vehicles. So I hope I see you. Me too, man. We'll see, man. I'll let you know. You'll be seeing me. Why was everyone showing up today then? Showing up. I mean, if they were playing already and they were already practicing, it's 3 p.m. We would have all kind of information. We would have all kind of information. You know what I mean? I believe it starts tomorrow. Trust me. Okay, trust me. It starts tomorrow. I think the rookies did show up today or yesterday as well, if I'm not mistaken. But tomorrow starts training camp. Okay, we made it, y'all. Oh my gosh, we've made it. Man, it felt like it was a long, short summer. I don't know how that works, but it felt like it was a long, short summer, but we made it. We made it. Oh, y'all don't know nothing about that. But anyway, are we not comfortable at cornerback? They've been signing a bunch. So we're gonna talk about that. That's on the agenda for today, and I'll ask you this question without talking about it yet until we get there. You said, are we not comfortable? Are we comfortable? You name the people we got at cornerback. Are you comfortable? So hopefully that answered it, but I'm going to get into that, though. I'm going to talk about that, all right? Anyway, when you pick me up for training camp. Hey, Rip, man, listen, you got to promise you're going to show up to the get-together before the Ravens game first, man, before I come picking you up, man. Do you think we might be running a scene like the Chargers last year with 7 DBs, with all those corners we are signing? Let me write that down as a topic. 7 CBs like Chargers. We'll talk about that when we talk about the quarterback situation. All right? I got you, though. Dolphins going undefeated in scrimmage. Breon, hey, listen, man. Listen, Bree. I've been gone for 4.5 days. When I come back, I don't need to hear you hating, man. Come on, bro. I think training camp started today, and it is open to the public and the news media tomorrow. Well, it starts tomorrow because if they ain't going to talk about it today and they ain't going to do nothing for us today, then it open tomorrow. We're going to put it like that, all right? But I got you, though. If that's the case, appreciate you, man. We hear football back. Yes, it is. No, Ryan Fitzpatrick came today in Rosen, and everyone else may just be meetings. Tank for Tua. TD, would you rather have 18 games or the preseason? In my opinion, I'd rather have 18 games as a fan than the preseason games because I find it pointless. All right, I'll put that down to 18 games. TD? Question mark. I got you. And we about to dive in. I'm going to read these last ones. Xavier, Saeed, Blackwell. TD, defense got a lot of talent. Yes, sir. From 2020. Oh, true. Today is closed to the media. Dog, I'm turning 17. We got to go to a nice place. Dog, I'm turning 17. We got to go to a nice place. Rip, you turning 17? Man, what Rip talking about, man? He dyslexic, man. Rip know he turning 71. Jason Taylor only doing preseason, taking Nat Moore's place. Hey, listen, that's a start, Shake Money. Next thing you know, he be in a big-time booth, man. We're going to see how he do. Yeah, you did. LOL. Not comfortable outside of Howard. Exactly. Tomorrow. Hi. Preseason helps long shots make rosters. Let's go, TD. Sorry, I'm late. No worries. All right, we're gonna dive in, y'all. TD, in your opinion, who is the next Dolphins Hall of Famer? Next Dolphin HOF. All right, I got that too. Wow. At rest in peace, 17. TD, if someone tells you about a crime against a child or senior, you have to report it by law. Please make that correction. Yeah, there was no correction to be made, George. I just told, one moment, guys. Y'all give me a second. Hello? Yeah, I was just checking in. Yes, ma'am. All right, love you, baby. Sorry about that. Yes, there's no correction that needs to be made. At the end of the day, if somebody comes to me and talks to me about something like that, If anything, I'm the type of guy that's going to talk to them through the process of us going to handle that together anyway. All right. So there was no correction that needed to be made. All right. And I'm not, trust me, GD ain't no advocate for nobody doing nothing like that, but people do things. And, you know, we got to make sure we help people in their mental. That's all I'm saying, man. I said this a long time ago. I'm the youngest on here. LOL. Rip, man, stop with the dyslexic talk now. All right. Is Mika going to be positionless on defense, TD? No, sir. Man, y'all got a lot of good questions, and I love them. So let me go ahead and dive in with the agenda that I have. And after that, y'all already know how I get down. I get to answering all y'all questions, all right? Everybody I've already talked to about your questions, I wrote it down, and we're going to hit them, okay? First and foremost, we already covered Jason Taylor, but another big ups outside of Jason Taylor, big ups to the Miami Dolphins, okay? They did something very noble a few days ago, very honorable, and they didn't have to do it. You didn't expect them to have to do it. Well, you know what? Does anybody know what that is? Does anybody know what they did it made them look like a real stand-up organization, them in conjunction with the NFL? Something that they honored and they didn't have to. Does anyone know? All right, Jackson Burton just said, no, we don't know. But anyway, here we go. The Miami Dolphins went ahead and said that they would go ahead and pay Norton's salary for 2019. That was a big ups to the Dolphins, man. They are not obligated nor contractually obligated to pay Norton's salary, and they went ahead and stepped up to the plate and took care of the kid. Saw some pictures with Flores going to visit him in the hospital while he was in rehab and everything, man. That was pretty nice. And he's still on the roster. Now, he's not listed as a player. You know how they change the players' listings, unable to perform and physically unable and things like that. So he is still going to be on the roster. So when the Miami Dolphins go ahead and win the Super Bowl, he is actually going to be a member of the team officially, having won a Super Bowl. Yeah, even though he ain't going to play a snap and he's not going to be involved on the field. That's a big up to the Miami Dolphins. That's what's up, man. That is what's up. Man, let me tell y'all something. Our franchise is a leader in doing great things, not only to our ex-players or our current players, but the community, the children, just those in need of help. Our organization, O-U-R. Not A-R-E, O-U-R, okay? Our organization does that, man. Y'all should be proud of that, being fans of an organization that stands up and do a lot of great things. A lot of great things, guys. Just big ups to them, man. Let me see. Oh, my monitor went off. But anyway, that's pretty classy. Can't believe the organization is classy. I don't know why you can't believe it, baby. It's the Dolphins, Bree. It's the Dolphins, man. Yeah, tell them, Rip. Get off our organization, man, especially Kenny Steele, super involved in the community. Man, he's always up every year for the best awards for his activism and his community work. It's amazing, man. Hopefully my power doesn't go out because it is storming outside. It is storming. But anyway, 47 people in the room, only 30 likes. Y'all hit that like button, all right? But big ups to the Dolphins for that one. Outside of that, let me see. Outside of that, I'm going to go ahead and answer the question that one of you all posed. TD, who is the next Dolphin Hall of Famer? That's a great question. That is a great question. The next Dolphin Hall of Famer is going to be Zach Thomas. Now, I believe you were asking on the current roster. I mean, the next Dolphin Hall of Famer is going to be Zach Thomas, but I think you were asking on the current roster, who is the next Hall of Famer? Well, that would depend on how long some of these players play. But if I was to make a guess on the next Miami Dolphin Hall of Famer, that is a great question. See, the hometown name would be Tunsil. Plenty of people would say Tunsil, Tunsil, Tunsil. I'll go out on a limb to say that the next Hall of Fame player is going to be Minkah Fitzpatrick. That's what I would say. I would say our next Hall of Famer would be Minka Fitzpatrick. If we're talking about on the roster right now, that's who I would have. I would have him over Tunsil. Doesn't mean Tunsil won't be the next Hall of Famer. But if I was to say which one do I feel most confident about, I'm very strong on Minka Fitzpatrick. Y'all don't understand. When I watch this kid's film, I just see nothing but special things. And the things that he can do to improve are the things that it's not even it's not nothing intangible based. It's nothing intangible based. Nothing intangible based. I would say Minka has the best shot at being the next Hall of Famer for the Miami Dolphins. Laramie Tunsil would be my second option. Number 3 would probably be Xavier Howard, and here's why: because he already has a head start. You know, he got a Pro Bowl under his belt. He's all pro once. He has to keep, but you have to understand that a cornerback position, he's going to have to make 6 to 8 Pro Bowls. He's going to have to go all pro a minimum of 5 times. All pro 5 times. Not saying he can't, but he has to do what he did last year, if not better, 4 more times. 4 more times and make the Pro Bowl. And then continue to have a very high interception count every year. And it doesn't have to be 7. It could be 5. Like average 5 a year. I mean, he's already below that. He has 3 years in with 11. So he's averaging less than 4. But he can get that up if he continues this type of play. And if he can maintain quarterbacks' completion percentage rate whenever they throw his way at a very low number like he did very well. But again, we all get excited about one season, but you got to do that at least 5 times, at least. So we got one under his belt, so we'll see. Minka, I just think that his let me say this about Minka. Minka's overall status in this NFL, sadly, y'all, same thing Tunsil, and Tunsil's already a victim of it. Tunsil should have been a Pro Bowler last year, but he's a victim of team success. Unfortunately for Minka, he's going to be a victim of team success if we don't get it together. But if we get it together and our defense is stout, Minka is going to get a lot of high praise. He's going to get a lot of high praise. But again, cornerback, you can live off just your play in a sorry defense and still be recognized because of interception count. In the nickel, and at safety, it doesn't work the same. It just doesn't work the same. It's more of team success that gets you more recognition. You know, corners get known for an island. Safeties and nickels, they're just, hey, you got to just keep making big plays and your name get called enough for people to say, oh, man, this guy, you know, it's not like they say, oh, Minka has an island in the middle of the field and Rashard has an island back there. They don't do that. Corners get that stigma of island, so they get recognized a lot sooner. But I'd say Minka and Tunsil, again, team success. If the offense keeps sucking, it doesn't matter how great he can. I'm telling you, this man got to every year allow 0 sacks in order for that to happen. And that's not realistic. That's not realistic. So it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. That's what I would say, okay? TD, you got to have Rashad Jones before them all. No, I don't. I mean, you think Rashad Jones is a Hall of Famer right now? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Do you think Rashad Jones is a Hall of Famer right now? Do you think he is a Hall of Famer right now? Keep it real now. And he's great. He's great. He is great. Sure. Rip says sure. Almost. That's more respectable. Hell no. I ain't going to say hell no, but listen. Rashad Jones is 2.5 years from being in the conversation of, I think he's a Pro Bowler. I don't know. He's 2.5 years from that. And those 2.5 years have to be, he has to go all pro 2 more times. He got to be Pro Bowler at least 3 more times. At least. If he didn't get injured as much, oh, sure. If he got injured half the time he did, I'll be saying, oh, Rashad Jones got to put one more season of All Pro and Pro Bowl together. And then just finish his career. He ain't got to be elite, but just be great. But Rashad Jones is the type of person at this point, in order for him to get a nod for the Hall of Fame, he got to, number one, be All Pro maybe 2 more times, and he got to win in the postseason. You're talking about Hall of Fame for players that have no postseason experience? Oh, they eat you up about that for the Hall of Fame. They eat you up about that. Zach Thomas got playoff experience, but it ain't amount to nothing in the playoffs, nothing big. That's what hurt them. If the Dolphins with Zach Thomas and them had won a Super Bowl, he'd already be in. Come on, man. Cam Wake not a Hall of Famer then. Cam Wake is close. He's not. But he's close on that fence. Like, man, Cam Wake get a good season in Tennessee and make the Pro Bowl? They're going to talk about, hey, he may retire a Hall of Famer. They'll debate it. Cam Wake is 1 season away from saying, I'm still doing it at this age, coming from the CFL. But again, Cam Wake may fall victim of postseason success. Postseason success. Come on, you can't tell me I'm off on this one, guys. You can't tell me I'm off on this one. I'm being reasonable. I'm taking the fanhood out and being reasonable. This Pro Bowl, man. Hall of Fame. Some of these guys are just a ring short of, you know what? He's going to get some votes. Even if he ain't in first ballot. Even if he ain't second ballot. Even if he doing this Zach Thomas thing, eventually coming closer down the list of the 94 finalists. They're a Super Bowl away. And the most unfortunate part about it is some of them ain't going to get it. 100 sacks might get him in. No, sir. Nope. Don't think the magic number is 100. Don't think the magic number is 100. If you ask me, the magic number is got to be 120 plus. 120 plus. Well, Jason Taylor was 140 something? I don't even remember. My brain is telling me somewhere around that number. Was Jason Taylor something like 140 something? Jason Taylor was 140 something. If I'm not mistaken, my mind is telling me that. I don't remember the exact number, but my mind telling me what, man, I don't know why I be tripping. Well, and I can just pull it up right here. All right, let's see. Jason Taylor sack total. Because I know you, man, I think the cutoff is about 120 plus. You got to have over 120. But I think Jason Taylor had like 140 or something, if I'm not mistaken. 139.5. Jason Taylor. Quarterback sacks, 139.5. 139.5. You got to at least be over 120, man. Come on. Jalen Ramsey is already ahead of X, to be honest. I don't think anyone's debating that. If you are, you're just being a Miami Dolphin fan, and I love it. And I love it. I love it. Okay? As a fan, well, it's hard for me even as a fan to even admit that. And some people would say because I hate X, but whatever. But Ramsey is ahead. There's no question about it. Okay? Ramsey was a day one. We didn't even know Xavier Howard was in this league his rookie year. Let's just keep it real, all right? TD, can you please read my comments from before? Jason Sanders is the next Hall of Famer. I like that one too. Anthony, let me find your comment. I don't see it. Let me try to go up. Anthony said, TD, our cornerbacks and safeties to be eligible for the Hall of Fame, they have to have stats comparable to Deion Sanders and Mel Blount. Not necessarily in today's NFL. See, there is a such thing as lockdown. There really is. You may not have as many interceptions. There is a such thing as lockdown though. You can be so great that you don't allow nothing on your side, even though you ain't getting picks, but you ending drives. But it's just you never really find people like that because of the recognition. But I get what you're saying. That's the easy way in. But there's some guys, if you're on an amazingly great defense, look at that Seattle defense with Sherman and all of them the year that they went. Those guys' numbers didn't jump off, but they were all so good that if they kept that together and did that for 7 years, they'd have 5 Hall of Famers on that defense without the numbers. Because of how good they was, they just ended stuff. You know? Matt Burke, the next Hall of Famer. Listen, L. Burgess, I love you on this channel. Don't get blocked like that. But that's my take, all right? Hopefully, I don't think I'm off on that, but I'll let y'all decide that, okay? All right. We're going to transition into the cornerback secondary conversation, okay? First and foremost, before we even get started, and I was going to go live about it, but I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all, okay? Let me start talking about it, then I'll keep it 100, okay? I mean, I'm going to keep it 100 the whole time, but let me start talking about the subject. Secondary. Let's get this straight first. We signed 2 more secondary, all right? We got Tyler Patman, okay? And we signed David Rivers, okay? Now, Tankersley was put on PUP, however you want to say it, physically unable to perform. They don't even know. They haven't even released the reasons, but he's out of there. Physically unable to perform. So we went and got 2 corners. All right. Then we went and started looking at a 3rd corner. Matt Elam, he was a former first-round pick from the Ravens in 2013. We went and picked him, not picked him up, but we're looking at him out of the AFL or whatever, XFL, whatever it is. We've been looking at him. So we obviously have concern at the cornerback position, but did we not already know that? At the end of the day, we were just sitting back like maybe this guy from New England going to step up and own that spot. But we never really talked about, well, who's going to be behind him anyway. But a part of that, the piece that made you not even care about talking about it was the simple fact that Bobby can play it, Minka can play it. The way the way things have been interchangeable, does it matter? It does matter, y'all. Matt Elam is a safety. I know, but again, it's for interchangeable. It's for see that's a pickup. He can play corner and safety. And again, even if they had to move TJ or Minka to corner and put him at safety, that's why they're looking at all these options. But we looked at it that way and said, okay, we got all these interchangeable parts, but hold on. If one person goes down, you start losing interchangeability. You know, if you got Minka in the safety and all of a sudden a cornerback goes down and you put Bobby in the corner and Minka in the nickel, now you got to put somebody in the safety. You still start losing interchangeability at that point. You know, the more you lose people, the more people have a more defined role. So there was always an issue. I mean, we got like 4 people that can play safety. We got like 3 people that can play nickel. We got a lot of people that can play linebacker, but we don't have many cornerbacks, ones that we feel comfortable with. We have one, Xavier Howard. And Eric Rowe, I believe Flores is comfortable, but again, coming into this camp, I don't want you comfortable. Let me go ahead and bring in a few more before we even start. Right now, we got 17 players in the secondary on this roster. Do y'all know that? We got 17 players on the roster in the secondary. When the season starts, we're only going to have like 9 or 10. That's it. We're only going to have about 9 or 10 when the season starts. 7 of these guys ain't going to be here. It's part of the reason why I didn't really care about coming on making a video about Tyler Patman. Let him earn something, and then, hey, let me tell y'all a little more about this guy. But no, TD ain't going to waste his time. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. David Rivers. Let's see if he can earn something in training camp. Let's see whenever I'm doing these updates and play-by-play of what happened in camp, if we hear their name a lot. And then we'll do a bio and start talking more into it. TD, check ESPN's 53, projected 53-man roster. I like it. I'll check it out, Rip. But yeah, that's what's going on in that situation, man. That's what's going on in that situation. We're not comfortable at the secondary. Now, starters, I think we're fine. I think we know who we want to probably start right now. Of course, Flores and his message, we don't know because they're going to have to earn it in practice. Nobody's guaranteed. Okay, but we know that we have enough people to, hey, kick off. We on defense first. We ready to roll. We already know that. We already know that. But that first injury, all right, what we about to do? How we going to switch this up? We start to get to, are we really comfortable? That's why you bringing in as many guys as possible to see who can shake something up in camp and say, man, this guy's coming on. Oh, look at this guy, what he's doing. He's gaining the trust of these coaches and the fan base. Wow, he's playing well. Give him a shot. Might be that next guy. You never know. This is why you bring in all of this, all the talent. Somebody asked the question earlier. 7 cornerbacks like the Chargers. Do you think that that's what we're going to do? I forgot who said that, but let me say this to you. That's the beautiful thing that I'm excited about this season. That ain't what we're going to run, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see it twice this year. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see 5 cornerbacks, 6 cornerbacks, 7 cornerbacks on the field at any given time. This is not about, shout out to Rod Levy for asking that. This is not about, this is our set defense. I've even said we're going to run a lot of 3-4, but that ain't our set defense. We have Brian Flores, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all ain't putting enough respect on this man's name. Y'all don't realize what you have. You don't realize what you have in Brian Flores. Y'all think he's just another protege of Bill Belichick and Bill Belichick's style of defense, X, Y, and Z. No. Brian Flores is responsible for them last few years and what that defense has been doing in a less talented Patriot team for the last few years. If y'all don't believe that, something wrong. That's another thing that nobody's talking about. When Patriots was winning Super Bowls 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago and all of that, they were dominant. They actually had weapons. They actually had a great team. And every year since like 4 years ago, they would lose 2, 3, or 4 valuable pieces. And everybody say, yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to recover after this. I don't think they're going to be able to recover after that retirement. That person got in trouble. That person got cut. They traded that person. And nobody talks about how they have still been able to get it done because of coaching. Coaching reminds you that regardless of the personnel, I can still overachieve what everybody else expects. Miami Dolphins, 3 games they're going to win this year. That's what they say. Great coaching can overachieve that. Talent can overachieve it too. Last year, 6 wins was purely talent. I don't care what you or your mama say. It wasn't coaching. That was talent. And when the talent started getting hurt, what happened? What happened when the talent started getting hurt? We couldn't buy a win. We couldn't buy a win. You know what coaching did when we couldn't buy a win? 3rd and 17. You sending 4 receivers out going for the fly route, just straight down the field, and you see a 7-man blitz coming. Like you got more than 2 seconds to throw the ball down the field. And the defense is in a semi-prevent. That's what coaching was doing. So you can't tell me it was coaching. Talent got us those 6 wins. But this year, coaching and talent is going to well exceed the 3 games. I'm telling y'all, double-digit games, baby. Double-digit games, baby. Double-digit games with the W. With the W. What Flores said to him. What Flores said to him earlier. Let me see. I wrote it out. What Flores said, man. I'm not going out there to be no Bill Belichick clone. I'm going to be myself as I try and win every single game. Flores said it just recently. I ain't finna be no Bill Belichick clone. I'm going to be myself as I go out there and try to win every single game. Every single game. He ain't say we win in every single game. As I go out and try to win every single game. His exact words, man. His exact words. But he knows what it takes. He knows the winning formula. I keep telling y'all, all you got to do is go look at the Super Bowl, AFC Championship game, and go look at their mic'd up episodes. Go look at Bill Belichick mic'd up. Go see who Bill Belichick talking to at the end of the game. All right, man, we got to stop him here. Y'all dial up the plays you want to play, know what we're going to do, and get it done. Flores like, all right. And he go to his defense and he putting that work in. Soon as they defense succeed, who Bill Belichick jumping and looking for? Oh, Flores. Oh, great call, coach. Great call, coach. Great call. The offense stall again. Oh, man, they going to get the ball back again. What Belichick said in the mic'd up episode. Same thing as last time. Know what you want to run it, and let's get this done. All right, coach. What he go out there and do? Get it done. With his calls. Not no Bill Belichick. Belichick ain't over there. Hey, run this on this. Hey, make sure you're safety this and that. Hey, run it. Hey, on this one, I want to see pressure. Hey, no! And I'm tired of the media doing that crap. Every single time they talk about the Patriots in the Super Bowl they just won this year and last year, Belichick ran defense. You a lie. They allowing this man to still live off of his back in the day when he was defensive guru. Now, I'm not taking nothing from Belichick and like he ain't had no development on Flores. Absolutely he did. But at some point, the student grabs the wheel himself and start driving, and that's what Flores been doing, man. And they still to this day, even in this Super Bowl, well, the Patriots, you just got to look at this Belichick ran defense. It wasn't a Belichick ran defense. It was a Flores ran defense, and that's who we got. That's who we got, man. That's who we got. So when we talk about 7 cornerbacks like the Chargers, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see it in 2 games that look. I wouldn't be surprised in some games where you only see 1 corner. I don't know. But Flores, whatever it's going to take to win that week, let's get it done. Are we playing a mobile quarterback this week that can run? Let's go ahead and put more speed on the field. We're going to run different schemes. We're going to do it. He's going to switch it up to however he can confuse your offense. Y'all heard the new song? Flores and O'Shea got other teams guessing. Wondering how we do it, so we charge them for our lessons. We got them shook. Now the refs say we too aggressive, starting to look like we playing 11 men wearing dresses. Y'all heard it? Y'all ain't go check out the song. Y'all go check it out, man. Let me hurry up because I just got a message. I got to leave in about 30 minutes, so let me hurry up. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. We got the coach we need, man. But this secondary situation, we need to find more depth. We need somebody to emerge. One of these guys. We have to, man. We have to, man. All right. Somebody also asked about the 18 games versus preseason. I already did a series on NFL versus the NFLPA. So y'all go check that out if you want more information on that. That's something that they're proposing, to have 18 regular season games and remove 2 of the preseason games and incorporate an extra bye week. I would actually love the 18 games. That's just my take. Players today say it'll never happen. They'll never agree to it with the CBA, but that's what the NFL wants really bad. That's the only reason I'm scared that there's going to be a lockout in 2020. That's the only reason I'm scared. TD, I want to hear your 53-man roster, and when is it coming? Bro, I mean, you want me to go in and just guess and just be plugging names and have no idea at this point? The real talk is you can't get a 53-man from me until at least after the 3rd preseason game. Tuesday after the Monday after the 3rd preseason game, I can give you my 53, what I think. Before that last game even played. For them last spots, I can give you my 53. But other than that, everybody coming out with their 53, when you get to 53, everybody going to be off. I mean, we already know the core 30 that's going to be on the team. We know that. There's no guessing about that. You know what I mean? We know a core 30. I mean, really, what we the 53-man roster, the only difference between everybody's is the guys who ain't gonna play much anyway. Even the guy that you say, oh, he made the roster. If we get major injuries, that's the only time you're gonna see him. I'm just keeping it real, y'all, you know? I'm just keeping that's just my take. You know? Am I wrong? When you get your 53-man roster, have you ever seen somebody like, oh my gosh, he made it and he played? You know, unless there were a lot of injuries. That's just my take on it. So I give it to you after the third preseason game. That way it'll be more realistic. We'll know about our depth situation. We'll know in preseason what they're leaning towards more, having more tight ends or having a fourth running back or an extra receiver. You know, these are the things that we're going to be looking at. How many of these defensive linemen we're going to keep. All of that. All of those things got to be considered, you know? Do you think Don Shooting might be in Flores' ear too? Don Shooting, I think he meant Shula. I hope everybody that's a resource is in his ear, you know? Hopefully we're coming in the best condition ever. I think so. I think this is, see, we got a young team. We got a hungry team, a team that want to prove themselves. Not only that, what y'all have to understand is this. Nobody went home happy. And I don't mean that in a depressive way. Nobody went home satisfied like I got my... Listen, it's only 3-4 people. Okay, let me give a number. And this is a guess. It's probably 7 people that's like, I'm straight on the roster. Xavier Howard, he got to be straight. Look at the deal. Laramie Tunsil, got to be straight. Minka, straight. Who did I miss? Christian Wilkins, straight. Parker ain't straight, but I know what you mean. I'm talking about that ain't worried about playing time or nothing. I ain't talking about making a team. I can name you 20 people that know they're going to make the team just from a contractual standpoint. Just from a contract standpoint. Easy. I'm talking about concerned about not starting and getting beat out. Kenny Stills, I ain't say him. Bobby McCain should feel pretty safe. He still got to put that work in. You'll be surprised. Starting standpoint, you know? And outside of that, man, I mean, who else can feel that safe? Kiko can't feel safe. He's more than likely safe, but he can't feel safe. He got to come back in his best. He got all these young kids trying to gun for his spot. We know Kiko. We know he should be safe, but you'll be surprised. This is a Flores and O'Shea ran team now. Jakeem Grant, listen, ain't a single receiver other than Kenny Stills can feel safe. Now, I know Grant's safe, but I'm just saying, logically, ain't no receiver other than Kenny Stills can feel safe. All that talent we got at the receiver position. And another thing, what I mean, these guys are on their contract year. No, they don't feel safe. Even if it ain't from starting, they don't feel safe because they know they got to do their best because this is a contract year. This is the best position our team is going to be in for a long time, and y'all need to understand that. Even if they know they're going to make the team, most of the ones that we need to play well, that know that they're going to make the team, are in a contract year or a contractual situation. This is the most competitive, hard-working you will ever see this team this year. More than next year, more than the year after that. This year, you will see people work harder than we're going to see for the next 10 years. Look through the whole roster. Jakeem Grant has to work hard, contract. Kenyon Drake has to work hard, contract. Kalen Ballage has to work hard just to be remembered and stay in it and try to win something. Earn something. Devontae Parker has to. This is his last chance. Albert Wilson coming off an injury. Contract after this. Has to. Everybody on the O-line just has to. Some of them might not even be in the NFL if they don't get it done this year. Has to. Don't let me start talking about the tight ends. Have to. Quarterback situation? Have to. This is the best. This is the best. You can't ask for it any better. You're going to see, we're going to have some fights in training camp. There's going to be some tension. Not early, but late. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Same thing goes for the defense. Every single cornerback on the roster opposite of X has to. Safety situation. All of that little situation has to. You can't tell me Rashad Jones don't want to be a Hall of Famer. You can't tell me whatever next team, if he not on this one long term, he ain't got to make a good impression right now. You can't tell me he don't feel like he can't get beat out from a young kid, especially after what Gase and Burke did. And this is Flores that has so much less tolerance. Has to. Jerome Baker, Raekwon McMillan in a Flores defense? Listen, I like y'all play. I think y'all got some good things going. But you better get your stuff together this year. Have to. Believe it or not, this is their, even though this ain't their contract year, this is their deciding contract year. Defensive line, it's just so many of them, so they have to. Only one of them on there like, I'm straight. It's Wilkins. And that's only because he's a first-round pick. Guaranteed money. On the roster. But he also wants to be great. Our roster is full of have-tos. You have to. You have to, you have to, you have to. We will never see our roster. I ain't going to say never. Well, I hope never, because if we see it this competitive again, then we got some problems. Or I guess you could look at it another way. If you see it this competitive again, we got too many blessings. It's different ways you can look at it. But this is what you want. This is what you want. While all the rest of those teams got half of their roster guaranteed and they good and everybody feeling good about it and wonder why they can't win it all because it ain't the guaranteed guys that win your Super Bowls. It's the contribution from everybody else. And then you treat the rest of your season and they don't feel like they have to, you never get it done. You never get it done. I love it. You gotta love it. That's why I don't care about this crap of 3 games. Stop listening to that. They're full of crap. They trash, man. They weak, lazy journalists. Y'all know I don't promote that crap over here, man. Weak journalists. Lazy. Don't know nothing about the team, so they continue to pump the same narrative because it's easy, less expensive, and they treat us as the rag doll, man, and it ain't cool for us, but it's cool for the rest of the league. You know how many people say, oh, that's an easy win for us? They see us on the schedule, that's an easy win for us. Because let's be real as Dolphin fans, every time we evaluate our schedule for the last 20 years, those 10 times where we felt like we had a chance to go to the playoffs in the middle of the season, you know, we habitual teasers. We are habitual teasers. In the middle of the season, 8 games in, we always felt, we can go to the playoffs. We doing okay. You know how many times we done started out 5-3, 4-4, 6-2. You know how many times we done felt like we gonna win this one. We gonna win. Oh, when we go see them, we got that W. Yeah, we should be going. You know how many times in the middle of the season we done said that and didn't go? That's what other teams do with us now. Oh, and then we play the Dolphins. That's an easy win. And the crazy thing is this. In all of those seasons where we end up not going when we started great, It was always the freaking team that we know we should have won beat us. Oh, the one we know we should have won beat us. And now it's time for us to return the favor. They know they should beat us, and we gonna kick they behind. We gonna kick they behind. Every single one of them. They gonna look up 11-5. Oh my gosh, how did that happen? All y'all shut up. All y'all shut up. All y'all commentators shut up. Oh, now they want to actually put some money into South Florida, go down there and see what's going on. You know, you had a cornerback in Xavier Howard who broke out last year and has continued that. This young stud and Mika Fitzpatrick, and then they went and got Christian Wilkins to anchor the line. And this team has turned it around, led by Brian Flores, who was the orchestrator of the defense in the Super Bowl. Oh, why y'all couldn't say all that stuff before we start winning? And then there was drama surrounding Rashad Jones, but he let it be known early in camp that this is where he wanted to be, and he believed in his coaches. And people forget the move they made 2.5 years ago by re-signing Bobby McCain as the highest paid nickel at the time. They're gonna start coming out with all these good old storylines about what we already know, but y'all ain't want to share it then. Y'all ain't want to talk about us in a good light. You wanted to have the narrative fit our 3-13 that y'all say we're going to be. Just like last year, you say we were going to be 3-13 and we end up winning 6 games. Hell, we started 3-0. Look at what O'Shea has been able to do to overcome, even despite Caldwell taking a leave of absence. This is just great coaching on this team, and the players have risen to the occasion. The owner said he wanted to, and Greer wanted to bring somebody in who can actually connect with players, and Flores is the guy. And he brought in some of those guys who he knew he could trust, and O'Shea and this person and that person. And no one's talking about that clutch kicker they have in Sanders. They just gonna start building us up soon as we win the first playoff game. When we go 11-5, we win that first playoff game. Y'all gonna be calling me negative when I'm saying all of them need to shut up. TD, man, don't be so negative. They giving us praise, ain't that what we want? You don't want that from the fake media, from the fake people. Don't jump on that, because you're gonna end up being one of those people that jump off when they tell you to jump off and start talking trash again about us. No, they ain't getting no pass from me. Not one bit, man, at all. Sick of them disrespecting us over and over and over again every year. And we exceed their expectations, even if it still ain't going to the playoffs and stuff. We still exceed their expectations every year. Still exceed it. They give us lazy journalism. They don't respect this game to give fan bases what they deserve. A real picture of where they're at. All they do is say, okay, how many top 10 players they got on their team? Oh, only 2. When the average in the league is about 4 or something like that. Oh, okay, they're going to be sucked. Just put them down in the bottom tier, and then we'll figure out their record later. All these rankings of this is what they have your record, or this is what your ranking's going to be. The worst offense in the NFL will be the Miami Dolphins. We're going to run the hell out of that ball. We're going to have one of the best running games in this league. Out of the emergence of the 2 horses, Kenyon Drake and Kalen Ballage have stepped up. Just tired of these guys, man. Tired of them. Lazy. Don't know nothing about our team. I done saw Thursday night games where they like, oh, they prime time. Well, let me hurry up and do some research. And they always coming out with these generic stories. Oh, I was down in Miami earlier this week, and I spoke to this player. And you know one thing that he put in earlier in the year? Yeah, but you should have been, right after he did it, you should have been in Miami. Learning about all these teams. Drive to Atlanta. Drive over to Detroit. Go to these teams, man. They don't know nothing, man. Let me stop, man. Let me get off my high horse, man. TD, 1 winning season is 10 years. In 10 years is not exceeding expectations. There is a reason the Fins are trash. Cliff, man, you're getting a total wrong. You're interpreting everything I'm saying wrong. I'm not putting a number on it. Last year, they say we were going to win 3 games. We started 3-0. We end up winning 6 games. And the only reason we didn't win more was due to several injuries. Exceeding expectations is anything more than what they said. They said 3 last year. It was 6. I'm not specific about exceeding expectations of winning Super Bowls, winning playoff games, nor even making it to the playoffs. But when they come out and they tell us the Dolphins are going to win 0 games this year, I don't care if we win 1. We exceeded their expectation. I'm so sorry. I don't get in trouble for it, but I do cause a lot of division in the words I say because I'm literal. Because I'm a factual person. I'm very literal. So when I say exceeding expectations, it's anything more. I don't care if they say we're going to win 3 games and we win 3 and we tie another one. We won 3.5. That's exceeding expectations. I'm a very literal person. Because in today's world, if you're not literal, you will be fooled by fake media, fake stories, all of that. You will be fooled. And most people in today's world, if they heard it on the news, they believe it. Why do you think you have all these opposition news stations now? This station says this and this station says that. Oh, they're contradicting each other. Let me go find the facts for myself. Oh, it will blow your mind what you find. It will blow your mind. Listen, the best thing to do is always listen to both and then do your own research and come up with your own conclusion. It will blow your mind. Blow your mind. You'll start getting sad. Like, this ain't right. This should be illegal. The stuff that they be telling y'all on TV. It'll blow your mind. But anyway, TD, don't apologize for being real, brother. Shouts out from the Bahamas. Shout out on the Bahamas in the house. Tervalis Tinker. Shout out to you, homie. Appreciate you for that message, man. You're right, man. But, sometimes I like to bring out my humility, my humble side, and just apologize anyway. Because I don't need to be right. Not all the time, at least. You know what I mean? But I don't always I don't need to be right all the time. I'll apologize to somebody even if they're wrong, but still articulate the point that I mean. That way they're more receptive to listen to it. The problem is when people disagree with you and you tell them they're wrong, no matter if you give them the facts, they already tuned you out. They just don't want to hear it. And that's the sad thing that we deal with in this world today. But if you apologize and you empathize, sympathize, and then articulate it in a different way, they're more inclined to at least keep a little bit of that ear open and say, okay, I guess I see it, even though they see it fully. I guess I see it. It's just a communication thing. I don't want to lose anyone on this channel, Tinker. I don't want to lose anyone. I want to, and not from an unsubscribe standpoint, because every time I see people unsubscribe, I get happy, honestly. Because it's like, okay, we done got rid of the people who just don't want to communicate. They just want it to be what they say, and that's it. And if it goes against that, I just can't take it. Those are the people that just, it's closed. It's closed. Everything in their life is closed. Okay? TD, who you got as the running backs? I got Drake, Balazs, Gaskins, and Walton on the 53-man. If we carry 4. If we carry 4. But I got the same thing, man. I got the same thing. I think we'll go into it. Now, here's the tough part. I don't know if it's going to be between Gaskins and Walton. I have 4, but it might be 3 because fullback, man. You got to understand, when you got 53-man roster, they got to make decisions. And we're going to carry a fullback. Cox, I believe, is going to be on this roster. So if you got him on this roster, man, it could be a chance you only running with 3 running backs plus Cox, the fullback as the 4th. So it just depends on what the coaches decide. But I think what's going to have a lot to do with that is the tight end play. If we carry all 4 running backs and the fullback, we're going to have 1 less tight end. But if they want to keep one extra tight end than what their standard is, we going 3 running backs, baby. You heard it here first. You heard it here. That's typical. That's football. All of them going to be on the 53-man. All the tight ends and all the running backs? Or you just saying all the running backs? Because if you're saying all the running backs, I'd agree with that, but one of them tight ends ain't going to be there. And I ain't talking about one of them that's on the roster now. It's probably 2 of them that ain't going to be on that's on the roster now. So all the running backs will be on. That means we won't keep that extra tight end. But we'll see. We'll see, man. Because I'm going to tell you now, the fullback is going to be there, and Flores is a point of attack type person, and O'Shea likes that. Point of attack. So the tight ends might be on there. I'm just saying. I'll leave it at that. We'll see more in a training camp of how they're handling that play calling, what they're doing, and who's showing up. The tight end, I got Gesicki, Allen, and Durham. We're going to go through it, man. We're going to go through every single one of them because that's interesting. I see there's 2 more tight ends that can make this roster. Easy. Easy to me. 2 more can make it. I did a video on the tight ends and they breakdown. Y'all go check that out about 2 months ago. I did a video on it, man. Because you got to understand all of their skill sets. You got to understand their skill sets, man. Preston won't beat out Parker. No way. But he'll beat out Bryce Butler possibly. Y'all keep thinking it's about Parker. He might beat out Bryce Butler. Preston already put the coaching staff on notice. You ain't never lied. You spot on with that, Wetson. Hey, man, I'm going to take one call before I get out of here, man. This TD Fans Talk, if you want to call in, I'm going to go ahead and give you the number to call in. Tell me what y'all think about what's training camp, what we're about to go through, and are you excited about the season, guys? We're about to roll, man. Let me go ahead and give y'all the number. Give me a second. Oh, did I push the wrong button or something? Here we go. Let me put it in the comment section. There you go. The number is in the comment section. Call in if you want to talk to TD real quick. Let me know what you think. You can ask a question. You can give us your thoughts on this upcoming season. The number is below, 954-324-4661. Hit me up, guys. TD with Jim Caldwell going on leave of absence for this season for the Dolphins. Who is the replacement as quarterback coach? They're looking for him now. I know that the interim, the assistant, will not be expected to take on more responsibility. So he will not be it. So look into it. Nick O'Leary, I think he makes it. I'm telling you. I said there's 2 more guys that can make it. Nick is one. I need to go look at it again. I forgot the name of the other one. Came from New England, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't matter. They are both blocking schemes. Let me know what you mean, Ray, so I can make sure I comment to that properly. Bell cow running back, a catching running back, slot wide receiver. That'll be the majority of our production. Watch. We'll see, Chris. I mean, I'm not ruling that out. But I'm telling you, we're going to run that ball. I mean, we're going to run the ball. I can tell you another reason we got a fullback in there, because the running backs we have now aren't great blockers in pass protection at all. At all. I don't care what none of y'all say. They not good. They don't protect. Ain't already missed the call, man. I'm tripping. Anybody else want to call in, or the person that just called in and I missed the call? The number is below in the comment section. What you gonna talk about if I call in, TD? It's about you, Rip. It's what you want to talk about. But more so, I want to know what you think. Hold on, here we go. Thank you for calling TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. It's your boy TD. Who do we have on the line?
Hey, TD, this is Anthony. It's been a while, man.
What's up, man? I'm good, man. Stranger of the year, y'all. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, TD, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if you were able to read my comment before, but with Jim Caldwell leaving the team, going on leave of absence from the Dolphins, who's going to be his replacement as the quarterbacks coach? Yeah, I just answered that, Anthony. It's they're looking for the replacement now. The assistant is not expected to be. So he's just a guy who's being developed himself. They don't see him as someone who can actually take that role at this point. So that is still unknown. And the toughest part about it, when you're at this point of the season, it is a tough blow because who's available?
Everybody is on a roster, have found their footing for the year, and they're ready to roll. Anyone that we bring in is someone who wasn't either highly coveted, or if we do get someone highly coveted, it's someone who's retired or someone who's played the position and coming in as a first time. But it's going to be a tough situation. I am interested to see how we
The reason why I asked that question is because I was thinking about this. College football, the offensive coordinator is a quarterback coach. Can that work in the NFL or not really?
No. Offensive coordinator has too many responsibilities. If the offensive coordinator is doing his job correctly, he's coaching every position. But he's not just coaching the position with the players. He's coaching the coaches at every position. His job is to walk around on that field all day, every day, and observe. His job is to go over to the tight ends and see what's going on. Talk to me, tight ends coach. What do you see? What's going on? Keep me in the loop. Outside of the meeting, even on the field. And then sometimes he has to go over and give his own eye look at every single offensive position. And then there's times his job is to develop the tight end coach, the running backs coach, the quarterbacks coach, the offensive lineman coach, the fullback coach, the receiver coach. It's his job to develop them and observe them and coach them. That's the way the structure is supposed to be. Now, in today's NFL, we have a lot of offensive coordinators that are you have a lot of head coaches. You have head coaches that are offensive coordinators, so they're more focused on the whole team, and they can't even dive down into granular parts of things. So it just depends on the style. I just think that we're going the right way this time, just like Bill Belichick. He's the head coach, and your offensive coordinator is your offensive coordinator.
And I have another question, actually. I'm not sure if you were able to answer this question as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any good young corners or safeties that the Dolphins can trade for that are worth trading for, so we can trade both TJ and Rashad to contenders, so we can pair a young corner and a young safety with Minka and Xavier?
Well, what you're asking for is a swap. And here's the issue. The issue with what you just said is the word contenders. What kind of contender is going to get rid of a good cornerback just to bring in a good safety? Then they'll end up having a gap at cornerback. You would serve yourself more to trade guys like that to a non-contender or a middle of the road team trying to contend. It would have to be a team that's not contending.
You misheard my question.
Uh-huh.
You misheard my question. What I meant is we can trade Rashad, not trade for a young corner from the contending team. I'm saying we trade for the young corner or safety from for like a first round pick, a second or third round pick or something like that, and
okay.
That's already established. Then
okay.
Trade both Rashad and TJ to a team like the Patriots or the Steelers or someone that we know are realistically going to be in the playoffs. Now, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get. And when you talk about draft picks, I definitely get what you're saying now. But here's the issue. It still deserves the same answer. And here's why. Take a team like the Patriots. They're not in the business of bringing in a big contract. The draft pick that you want for that big give that big contract away is more valuable to a team like that. They would rather have the first round pick that's going to get a player that they feel is great on a cheap price for 4 years. So to answer your question in general, it would be hard, but I would actually, and I know this is a long shot, I would rather go to a non-contending team and who's looking to rebuild and say something like, hey, I have two guys that are proven, TJ McDonald and Rashad Jones. Hey, can we go ahead and get Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah, and that would be an equivalent swap or a contract, right?
It wouldn't be. Oh, that's a great question. I'm going to go out on the limb and say it wouldn't be equivalent. We would have to give up a Rashad Jones and a TJ McDonald and give up something like a
Bobby McCain, maybe.
No, I'm not trying to give up any more players at that point. I would actually give up a second-round pick.
One of our second-round picks, maybe the Saints' second-round pick. Let's not trade our second-round pick. Let's trade the one we got from the Saints.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, exactly. Either way it goes, we would be giving up a pick and those two guys. Now, some people argue, see, someone just said in the comment section, that's too much. When we talk about trades, I understand what you mean when you say that's too much, because you're looking at a perennial Pro Bowler in Rashad Jones for a young Pro Bowler in Jalen Ramsey. But what people forget in that situation is if you trade for Jalen Ramsey, you potentially have him for another 8+ years. Keeping Rashad Jones, you only have him for another year.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand.
Yeah, they don't factor in the youth and how that equates to draft picks.
22, 23.
Bingo. I mean, I can get an all-pro defensive end and trade away a second-round pick for him that's 30 years old. But if that kid was 23 years old, you got to give up a first and a little more. I mean, look at Khalil Mack. You got to give up the farm. It's the people don't consider age factor in trades, and they have to. You have to consider age factors in trades to fully understand and grasp them. So,
and another concept I was thinking, if you agree with this, let's say we trade, like I said, trade those guys maybe to like the Jaguars, like you said, for Jalen Ramsey. Then we drop a guy like Dolphin. Imagine those three young guys growing up together in the back, in the Dolphins' defensive backfield, and how dominant that could be, like a lockdown defensive backfield. No one was able to throw on us.
Listen, it would be beyond that, because we haven't mentioned Bobby McCain. We haven't mentioned Minkah Fitzpatrick. You know?
Yeah, that's why I think we moved Minkah back to free safety. We have Grant as a strong safety.
Mm-hmm.
We have Bobby as our slot, and our two out boundary corners are Jalen and Xavier. But Xavier, when we move up to the second corner, I'm confused. What's the difference between CB1 and CB2 when it comes to how they play on the defense? Is CB1 more the lockdown corner, like the man press corner? How does that work?
Well, there's no such. It's not really a such thing as this is your man press corner and this isn't. CB1 is just depth chart. Yeah, but and that's more so. It should be, if it's your CB1, he should be shadowing your best player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then we move. I think realistically, I don't see Xavier as a cornerback like an all-pro corner. Realistically, I think he maybe pro.
Hello?
Or something like that, where he constantly dominates the receivers. He's more of a second on the team. He's a second Pro Bowl corner to like a Jalen Ramsey or like a.
Yeah, every time I talk like that, Anthony, I get in trouble on this channel. I mean, I'm gonna go out there on the limb and tell you I agree with you, but people don't like when I talk about X like that. But I do agree with you. He's the type of guy that will lock down your number 2 guy every single week, and that would be amazing. That's why having a Jalen Ramsey to play the number 1 guy, having an X to play your number 2 guy, having a Minkah Fitzpatrick, if you're as deep as having 3 great wide receivers, having a Minkah. Many can't argue whether or not we'd be the best defense in the league, depending on the defensive line, but we could potentially, because we'd allow the linebackers to commit to the box more.
And with a slot corner, would you rather have a long, tall slot corner like above 6 feet, or would you rather have him short like a Bobby McCain, like a 5'10", 5'11", and then have our boundary corners be above 6 feet?
I'd rather have him. I'd rather have him in the middle, just like Xavier Howard. When it comes to a body build, as far as their frame and everything, I'd rather have him just like Xavier Howard. The good thing about Xavier Howard, he's a lot more bulky than a Minkah Fitzpatrick, but he has the potential to show the Minkah type speed. So I like the frame.
Have 4.4 speed?
What's that?
When we drafted him, did he have 4.4 speed coming out of the combine, or?
That's a good question. I can look at it right now. Minkah Fitzpatrick speed. All right, Minkah is clocked at wait, hold on. Yeah, Minkah was a 4.39.
And do you put a lot of stock in like these? Looking at these guys' t-shirt and shorts at the combine, or would you rather watch their tape and focus on their tape than the combine? Because sometimes combine speed is not play speed. Because look at a person like Clay Matthews. He wasn't that fast, but when you looked at his tape, he was faster on the field than at the combine. Yeah,
I don't really put any merits in the combine. That gives you the attributes for guys in a dead heat, and football isn't played at a dead heat. Not unless you're a receiver in the open field and you just got to beat your guy. But I rather the drills of changing directions and things like that. That's more because, like Flores said, I want to be able to see things where I can see your eyes, see your hands, and see your feet. That's what matters. So those are the things I study. Those are the things that I care about.
And in your opinion, when it comes to quarterbacks coaches, why do you think is it that star quarterbacks never become coaches? Is it because it's their ego? It's an ego thing because they don't want to tutor the younger generation, or is it because their skill set is too high to be demeaned and becoming a quarterbacks coach? And that's why you see like backups or like starters who aren't star quarterbacks because
it's beneath them. It's that simple. It's beneath them. If they were a superstar,
what did you say?
It's beneath them. If they were a superstar quarterback, it is beneath them.
The reason why I asked that is because I think Peyton would become a good quarterback coach because of mental aspect.
Yeah, but most of these guys are building empires. They don't have time to be a coach on a team. They make more money off the field than trying to go help other kids be great. That's why you see them in.
That's why you see like a guy like Jesse Palmer or something like that.
Exactly. They still want to make some money. They still want to be around the game. They still want to help and do something. They want to, by all means possible. That's why you only see the Marinos and the Peyton Mannings and photo ops or around just watching guys work. They're beneath that. It's their time to watch guys work versus put the work in because they've already done it. They've already proven it. There's nothing else they need to prove.
But don't you think that would be a good benefit for the future quarterbacks to learn from a all-pro quarterback like
Absolutely. Absolutely. No question about it. That's why some of them come out and they help when they can. But again, from an obligatory standpoint, it's not going to happen. It's good for them, but it's going to be their decision. That's not going to happen. But Anthony,
they have enough money to support themselves because they're a superstar.
Exactly.
So they don't really need the money.
You got it. Spot on, man. But I appreciate you calling in, man.
I call CD. Are you going to do another live show in a few days or anything like that?
I'll probably be live tomorrow, man.
Call him.
Yeah, I'll be alive tomorrow. Make sure you call in, man.
Okay, have a good day.
Appreciate you. Love you, man.
Bye.
All right, guys. Again, this is TD Fans Talk. We had a great show today for about an hour and 25 minutes. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. 62 people still in the room. Only 60 likes. Y'all hit that like button on your way out as we get out of here. And as I started the show, I want to end the show saying that once again, because a lot of you all weren't on the stream earlier on, if anything that you're going through in your life, you have all my contact information in the description below, and you can add me on YouTube messaging. But for all mods, make sure on YouTube messaging, you click that link on the communications tab, mods, so that you can join the group mod squad, okay? And if you're not a mod, I still need you to click that link so that if you want to send any direct messages, you can send me messages on, hey, TD, can you talk about this topic? Can you talk about that topic? I have some topics in email right now I still want to talk about that I didn't get to today because I'm going to have to get out of here in just a second. But again, guys, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to TD Fans Talk. Another great show. I wish I could have taken more calls, but that's it for today. I'm going to go finish out this day with my family. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. This is your boy TD, and thank you for tuning in to the home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Shout out to everybody, especially you true Fins fan. It's your boy TD. Love y'all. Peace. I'm out, as always.